Welcome to the lecture room. I am Dr. Vishwas Tiwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Biology, Nirmala College, Diocese of Ujjain. Today itself, I will express my valuable ideas about this topic. And once again, in a very energetic way, I am in front of you. This topic is actually endless topic. Yes, this is endless topic. You know that why this topic is considered as endless topic? That I will give some very interesting thing about this, the endless word that I have used for this topic. Actually, this universe is infinite, and celestial bodies, planets, stars, comets, meteorites, they are just in an infinite way, okay? And on the earth, beautiful earth, all the living beings, they are continuously reproducing, everything is going on. Secondly, there is environmental factors, light, temperature, water, humidity, pressure, they are continuously affecting the life of the living beings. So what happened actually, these environmental factors are always powerful than the living beings. And these environmental factors, they show the two type of the effect. Number one is negative effect, number two is the positive effect. As far as concerned about the positive effect, there is no problem at all. The things are going normally. But if the negative effects is caused, so what happened that the living beings, they are just facing the negative effect, and various type of the numerous diseases are caused. So universe infinite, endless. Okay. So up till the destruction, okay, up till the destruction of the universe, up till the existence of the living beings, what the things are going on, either negative or the positive. Okay, so it's not the meaning that we are not meant for looking the destruction here, but we are meant for the creation. Okay, so that's why existence of the living beings, negative effect of the environmental factors, okay, always causing continuously the what diseases, my dears. Okay, anyway, so come to the point. So this is no doubt very interesting topic, okay, the human health and diseases. This topic is actually, as far as concerned about that, the concept of the World Health Organization, as the name is indicating, that the health, sound health, positive health, healthy person, wealthy person, health is wealth, whatever may be. Okay, so health is wealth. Okay, so health means everything is positive, normal, all the physiological, biochemical, and all the behavioral, everything is in normal condition, even that the living beings or the microorganisms are there inside the body. So if your immunity power is, we can say, just adjusting to the microorganism, they are inside your body. So it means that you are even enjoying with the microorganism, and you are with the microorganisms inside and outside, even that you are in normal conditions. So it's said to be the healthy person. Okay, but in my view that nobody is healthy in this world. Yes. Because as I told you that the environmental factors are continuously affecting the fluctuation in the environmental factors, especially light and temperature, what the drastic effect of the, we can say, earthquakes, storms, and etc., the effect of the environmental factors that causes the negative effect to the life of the organism and causing the diseases, various type of diseases. So this is what actually the topic is endless. Nobody can complete this topic. Yes, I can say. Nobody can complete solve, but some specific aspects that I will explain as per the syllabus of the class 12th. Okay, so just idea about the health and disease. Okay, come to the introduction. The next slide. Okay, as per the introduction of this endless topic, the branch of the medical science or the biology deals with the study of the diseases is known as pathology, pathological aspects. The branch of the medical science or the biology deals with the study of cause of disease known as etiology. The etiological aspects means cause of the disease, means how the disease is caused, what is actually the reason behind the disease, whatever may be, all the aspects are studied under the etiological aspects or the etiology. Okay. Next, the branch of the biology or the medical science deals with the study of the distribution, determination, and spread of the disease all over the world is known as actually epidemiology. Epidemiological aspects, as we are facing the dangerous coronavirus disease, the novel coronavirus disease. So what coronavirus disease is actually the pandemic disease. Pandemic is all over the world is spread it, and a large population of the human beings are affected. Yes. So no doubt this is dangerous, lethal disease, and there is no treatment properly. Okay. Whatever maybe, there is everything as we are facing. Okay. So this is what the distribution, determination, and spread of the disease is actually known as epidemiology. So this is what that epidemiological aspects. Okay. So disease and the treatment. There are some specific terms that I will explain in the next slide. So as to understand properly the meaning of the topic. Okay, come to the next point. That is some specific terms. Okay, one by one I will explain. Okay, number one is health. Health, as I already explained in my introduction. Okay, what that health? Health means the positive response of the body to the environmental factor. Even that, this is my view, even that the microorganisms or causative agents are there inside your body, means your immunity power is very strong and now you are healthy. This is actually the meaning of the health. Yes, it's not the meaning that health, that you are just wearing very good clothes and what that you are expressing the very good things and what that, but even that you are internally you are not feeling well. This is not health. The health means actually that your immune system is very strong. Just it is powerful than the effect of the microorganism. Okay, even that they are present inside the body. This is actually is the meaning of health. Okay, point number two, disorders. Okay, disease, disorder, and symptoms. There are three important words. Okay, number one is disorders. Disorders are actually temporarily persisting in the body of the living beings or in the body of the human beings. Disorders, they are temporarily persisting. They are not permanently for few days or for a month disorders, and due to the effect of the immunity power or the immune system is governed by lymphocytes, they are present in the blood. Okay, these disorders are gradually is eradicating from the body or is totally disappeared. This is actually the condition disorders. The meaning is the disorders. Okay, next is diseases. Diseases are what the disease, the word is that it is caused due to a particular microorganism or a particular causative agent. It means that a particular causative agent is responsible for the cause of the disease that actually is known as the disease. Okay, so disease means what? It can take the time period of the incubation period of the disease up to the month or more than the 3 month, 4 month, 5 month, 6 month, and even in the up to the year. Okay, so disease, what the difference between the disorder and the disease? The disorders are temporarily persisting in the body, while the diseases are caused due to the infection of any particular causative agent. This is pinpoint infection in the body, in any part of the body. Okay, there are 10 systems are in our body. Our body is very, I can say, the highly organized body as higher mammals. So this highly organized body is having that complicated systems are there. That is integumentary system, muscular system, digestive system, circulatory system, excretory system, nervous system, etc., etc. So these systems they consists of that specific organs, and these organs, they have very, very complicated histology, whatever may be. Okay, so these microorganisms are actually very small. They are minute, microscopic, electron microscopic microorganisms. And these electron microscopic microorganisms, they invades in the cells and they gradually start their infections. And these infections starts damaging the cells, damaging the tissues, then to the organs, organ system, and ultimately the body. This is actually the meaning of the disease. Now come to the point number 4th, that is syndrome. Syndrome is, there are two things I can express about the syndrome. Number one is they are by birth. Usually 90% of genetic syndromes are actually, genetic diseases are actually, they are syndromes. They are by birth. And the second thing is that due to any particular mutation of the genes, they are present in the cells, inside the cells. So these, that mutational, we can say acquired mutations, whatever maybe that causes the negative cause is known as the syndrome. So syndrome, they are by birth, they are permanently persisting in the body. And there is no clear-cut treatment for the syndrome. So this is actually a sort of the abnormality in the body. It's a permanent abnormality in the body. Yes, syndrome. So this is what the difference between the disorders, disease and the syndrome. There are three very important, we can say, terms, as per the topic. So now it's very clear, disorders, disease and the syndrome. The difference, come to the next point. Non-infectious diseases. The diseases that's not spreading from person to person. It's known as non-infectious diseases. Infectious means, as the next point, infectious disease means that the infection from person to person is just spreading. So any common things, the common coryza, sneezing, cough and cold, I can say. So they are spreading from person to person. That is the very microscopic microorganism, virus is there. It's just spreading. So this infection is just spreading from person to person. And if the infection is not spreading from person to person, that is known as non-infectious disease. So there are two different, very simple classification. The next is pathogens. There are three things: allergens, antigens, and pathogens. Now come to the world of enemies. Yes, world of enemies. Enemies are everywhere. There are two conditions of the enemy. Number one is invisible enemies and number one is visible enemies. You can fight with the visible enemies. You can fight with the dinosaurs. You can fight with any visible thing, but you can't fight with the invisible thing or the enemies. Means you cannot see by your naked eyes. These enemies are invisible enemies. They are actually microbes, microorganisms. These microorganisms are electron microscopic. Yes, they are having a very separate, very specific categories. Their study is known as microbiology, world of the microbiology. Yes, I can go through that. I will tell you that something about that. The microorganisms, smallest one is the prions are there. There are specific protein particles are there. They causes the negative effect in the body. And afterwards that I can go to the next is the viroids, not virus. The difference between viroids and virus. The viroids, there is free genetic material, either RNA or the DNA, but causing negative effect in the body of the human being. Next is virus. Virus is actually a genetic material in the center and surrounded by a proteinous coat. So a genetic material surrounded by a proteinous coat, that is actually the simple organization of the virus. No doubt virus is very simple. The structure is very simple, but the effect is very dangerous. This is a lethal, dreadful effect as we are facing COVID-19. Anyway, so this is another type of the microorganism virus causing a dangerous effect, causing enough fear in the body, in the population. Next is rickettsia, the rod-shaped bacteria. These rod-shaped bacteria, they are actually as a category of the bacteria, classification as per the bacteriology. These rod-shaped bacteria, they are actually known as rickettsia. They causes the negative effect, causes the several diseases in the body of the human beings. Next is bacteria. So bacteria, as bacteria, they are as per the investigation and the research, I can say the bacteria is actually 60 to 65% they are harmful, and 30 to 35% approximately they are beneficial for the health. Yes, even that bacteria, they are extensively used for the making some useful products. Okay, what the conversion of the milk into the curd is only possible in the presence of the lactobacillus bacteria. Yes, so that is what the beneficial effect of the bacteria, but the harmful effect of the bacteria, okay, that causes the dangerous diseases, what the typhoid, tuberculosis, leprosy, etc., etc. I will explain. Okay, so this actually what they are pathogens, antigens, allergens. They are actually microorganisms. Okay, they are classified into the three categories. Pathogens, all the microorganisms that causes infection and the diseases, they are known as pathogens. That's why this pathology, the word is derived. Okay, antigens are actually, there are two meaning of the antigens. Antigens means antigen is a type of the protein. Yes, it is found in the body of the human beings, and antigen is a type of the protein. Protein is effect. Okay, antigens, and against the antigens, the antibodies are produced. Okay, the antigens, they are actually negative proteins. Okay, what the proteins, there are two effects, positive and negative. Okay, as per the blood group. Okay, that another concept of the blood group. So antigens, the negative effect of the antigens, they are also enemies. Yes, they causes the negative effect and the abnormal condition in the body. Okay, especially in the blood, because they are present in the blood. Okay, so now that the third enemy all over the world is allergens. These allergens are actually living and non-living substances, can cause the allergy. The living substances, as far as I can take the example of the pollen grains. These pollen grains are blowing in the air, okay, passing through the air accidentally, and the person is just passing through that way, okay, and they are causing what the pollen grains are adhered with the body, and as we are inhaling, inspiring, what that the pollen grains will go inside our body and will cause the allergy. This is what the allergy by the living things. Okay, now non-living things, there are some chemicals. Okay, there are what that paints. There are some specific chemicals that causes the allergy in the body. So in the skin, the first sign of the allergy appears on the skin, the largest organ of our body. Okay, this is the largest organ of our body. It's very sensitive. It's actually the sense organ. Okay, so skin is very sensitive to the response of the environmental factors or any allergen. So these allergens, fungal infections, they causes the specific type of the allergy on the skin, the spots are there. Okay, whatever, maybe there are several other aspects in the field that is allergens and allergy. So this is what the meaning of the allergy or the allergens. Come to the next point, number 10, immunity. Very, very important concept of the immunity. So I'm going through that. Actually, the branch of the biology deals with the study of the power of the body to fight with the pathogens or the disease or disease-causing pathogens or disease-causing agent. That power is known as immunity power, or the science is known as, that is a branch of the medical science, is known as immunology. Yes, immunology. So this is what another sub-branch of the immunology is immunocytochemistry. What the immunocytochemistry? There are three words. Okay, yes, the immune, cyto means cell, chemistry. What the effect of the specific type of the cells, they are present in the blood. The complete immune system is found in our blood. Complete immune system is there. There are actually three immune systems are there. These immune systems are first line immune system, second line immune system, and the third line immune system. The first line immune system is governed by, superficially is governed by macrophage cells. There are specific type of the cells, they are present in the blood. These cells are known as macrophage cells. These macrophage cells, whenever anybody is facing any infection or any cut or injury, so what will happen simultaneously? Or these macrophage cells will approach to that injured part and starts fighting with the whatever may be the enemy, either what that pathogens, antigen or allergens. Okay, but this is fight between the two things, what the enemies and the soldiers. These cells are actually soldiers. They are just protecting the body from the effect of this disease-causing agent. So the fight, what is the result of the fight? Wherever, anywhere, the result of the fight is Okay, anyone of us that will won that fight, or otherwise that will lost that. Okay, so if the power of the enemies are more than these cells, what will happen? These enemies will enter in the body, even that the macrophage cells are there. So this is first line immune system is totally fail. So next one is that these enemies are now the second line immune system is ready to fight with these we can say the enemies, and this second line immune system is governed by principally there are some specific B cells are there, lymphocytes are there, and the same thing, if there is no effect, or we can say the fight between the two things, what will happen? The third line immune system will activate the NK cells and the T killer lymphocytes are there. So this T killer, T helper, T suppressor lymphocytes, they collectively just fight and they have the capacity. Yes, this is जिसको बोलते हैं ना कि अचूक, yes, what that वार करना. So what that these T killer lymphocytes, they can kill 99.99% to all the type of the pathogens, prions, rickettsia, virus, viride, bacteria, etc., etc. But due to the fluctuation of the environmental conditions, due to the drastic mutation in the genetic material of the virus and bacteria, there are several specific variety of the viruses are now originating, and they are more powerful than these T killer lymphocytes also. So this is dangerous. Yes. Anyway, so this is actually the meaning of the immunity. Now the next one is innate immunity. Simple, by birth. What the immunity is already present in the body by birth. Okay, as the vaccination is going for any baby. Okay, what that the immunity system or the lymphocytes are activated. So that is the immunity power of that baby is not much powerful. That is known as the innate immunity system. Okay, next one is the acquired immunity. This acquired immunity is just we are acquiring that. Okay, our lymphocytes are activated only in the presence of the enemies or any antigen. Then the lymphocytes are activated or the antibodies are activated. Lymphocytes are actually, there are three words used for the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, they're also known as immunoglobulins. These immunoglobulins they are a specific type of the globular complex proteins. They are also known as antibodies. So three things: lymphocytes, also known as immunoglobulins, and also known as the antibodies, not antibiotic. That I will explain. Okay, so this is what the acquired immunity. Now come to the point, lymphocytes. Okay, actually our blood, it consists of that cells, specific type of the cells like RBC, like WBC, blood platelets or the thrombocytes. Okay, several other cells. WBCs, there are 7 type of the WBCs, they are present in our body. These 7 type of the WBCs, the maximum the WBC, all these type monocytes, acidophils, basophils, lymphocytes, neutrophils, all these types of the WBC. Okay, that is B lymphocytes, the T lymphocytes. Their main function is that engulfing the, we can say, enemies or the pathogens or antigens, and just protecting the body from the negative effect of these antigens. Okay, so this is what the lymphocytes. Basically, the lymphocytes are classified into the 2 categories. They are B lymphocytes, Bursa lymphocytes. Okay, the Bursa, because it's discovered from the Bursa tissue cells of the birds. Okay, that's why the name is given, the Bursa lymphocytes. And the next one is the T killer lymphocytes. Yes, as the name is indicating, it kills definitely perfectly to the pathogens or antigens, and T helper and T suppressor lymphocytes. They help for the over effect of the T killer lymphocytes. So this is what the meaning. The lymphocytes, also known as antibodies, they are actually soldiers, governing agents, protecting agents. They are protecting your body from the enemies, dangerous enemies. Okay, the next one is antibody. Antibody, as I already explained, the lymphocytes are also known as antibodies, not antibiotic. That's why written here that the next one is the antibiotic. Now, what exactly is the difference between antibodies and antibiotics? Okay, I will explain. So, what antibodies, has already explained that. Now, antibiotics Antibiotics are organic biochemical substances that are derived from the living organisms, and they are manufactured in the laboratory in the form of the tablets for the treatment of the disease of the living organism. They are known as what the antibiotics. So several generations of the antibiotics in the medical market is available. P-floxacin, ofloxacin, ciprofloxacin, azithromycin, ampicillin, cloxacillin, amoxicillin, etc. Antibiotics, they are also naturally produced by some bacteria. They are also produced by some fungi, some category of the fungi. These are known as antibiotics, not antibodies. So next one is the active immunity. As per the specific terms, the active immunity. The immune system is actually, that immune system is totally activated by the invasion of any particular pathogen or antigen. The cells, particular T cells, they are activated. That response of the body to that particular, we can say, enemy is known as active immunity power of the body. Passive immunity is the indirect, simple, just vice versa. It's not, we can say, behind the curtain, this working. These cells are known as passive immunity. Next one is the very, very common and very as usual word, vaccination. What exactly is the meaning of vaccination? Why vaccination is required? What is actually vaccine? That I will explain. We'll discuss that, vaccination. First point is that the credit goes to the discovery of the vaccine. That is the Dr. Louis Pasteur. The vaccine of the rabies, Sir Edward Jenner. The vaccine of the smallpox. So these, what medical doctors, scientists, they discovered the vaccines. They're also known as father of vaccination. Yes, Dr. Louis Pasteur. So hydrophobia and rabies, the vaccine, it was first discovered, smallpox vaccine by the Sir Edward Jenner. So vaccination is nothing but this is specified, the protein is prepared, and this vaccine is act like an antibody. Yes, it act like the antibody against the antigen. Whenever the antigen is trigger the body, is just pinch the body or enter in the body or invade in the body, what will happen? These antibodies are activated. So vaccination, once anybody is vaccinated, what happens? Actually, injection is there. So what the vaccinated, what the body is activated. Now these T's, the lymphocytes and whatever with the we can say governing cells of the immune system, they are activated. This is actually the meaning of the vaccination. So what the vaccination in the early age of the life, what in the childhood or in the baby, if we are just vaccinating to any baby, what happened? The immune system of the baby is not activated totally. So now why the extensive vaccination is required for that? Because just to activate the cells of the baby or these antibodies of the baby, just to activate or to fight with the negative effect of the environment. So this is what the meaning of the vaccination, and this is vaccination and vaccines. Immunization. Vaccination, immunization, there is no, basically is no difference between the vaccination and immunization. Immunization is really global. What the particular immunization programs are there, for the vaccination which is going on, that is actually known as immunization, or vaccination to a particular population or to a particular area, that is known as immunization, as is proposed by the World Health Organization. It is very, very important, required as far as is concerned about the polio. So what that polio vaccines, what a survey of the polio, whatever maybe that complete concept is known as the immunization. So vaccination and immunization. Next is allergies. What type of the allergies? As I already explained about the allergens and allergies. Allergies are negative effect of the body. What? There are pimples on the body. Rashes on the body. What continuously rubbing to reddish eyes. There are several type of the allergies first appeared on the skin and then they are also appeared inside the body. The negative effect in the body. Allergy from a particular substance. Somebody is that having the allergy from the sweaters, wool, etc. They are actually known as allergies. So allergies, they are actually means that the actual meaning that why we are facing or why anybody is facing this type of allergies, because their histaminic substance as secreted from the mast cell, they are not in a proper amount. So they require more and more histamines the outer applications, or we can say. So this is what the meaning of the allergies. Next one is autoimmunity. Autoimmunity means the self-automatically developed or immunity in the body due to the trigger effect of the pathogens or the antigens or the allergens. Once they invade or they enter into the body, they penetrate into the body. Automatically the cells are activated, as I told you that in the first line immune system, that is macrophage cells, the B cells, T cells, all the cells, they are activated. So this is known as the autoimmunity power of the body, self-governing power of the body. No requirement of that. Okay, even that autoimmunity is developed without any entry of the, we can say, pathogens or any enemies. Okay, due to any fluctuation in the environmental conditions, the autoimmunity to the very over effect of the environment. We are also just facing these things. Okay, actually there are two types of animals all over the world: the cold-blooded animals and the warm-blooded animals. Cold-blooded animals are also known as the poikilothermic animals, and the warm-blooded animals are known as the homeothermic animals. These cold-blooded animals, the category, the fish, amphibians and reptiles, they are actually cold-blooded animal. So they can't easily adjust their body temperature according to the fluctuation in the environmental temperature. This is actually the meaning of the cold-blooded, the condition, that is poikilothermic condition. On the other hand, what the homeothermic animals? These homeotherms means especially two categories, that is birds and mammals, including human beings. Okay, what the human beings, they are specialized, categorized into the higher mammals. That's why that including human beings, the word is used here. Okay, so what that the birds and the mammals, they are warm-blooded animals, they are homeotherms. They can adjust the fluctuation of the body temperature. They can adjust themselves even in a negative temperature condition, -4, -15, -16, -20, -20, whatever may be. Okay, and even at the extreme condition of the temperature, like 50 degrees centigrade, 60 degrees centigrade, etc. Okay, so this is what the fluctuation of the temperature. So anybody can adjust the body or can adjust themselves just according to the fluctuation of the environmental condition. So that is, they are actually homeotherms. So this is what the autoimmunity. So autoimmunity is also developed due to this fluctuation. If your body is ready for any negative effect in the environmental condition, this is autoimmune power you are developing, you are generating inside your body, or is already generated. That is autoimmune system. Anyway, next one is immune system. Simple. Okay, need not to explain about the immune system. It's not the topic that immunology or the immune system. The topic is the human health and disease. Anyway, for a few seconds, I will go to the immune system. Immune system, that our body, the immune system is not a particular system is there, but lymph nodes and lymphatic ducts are there, and WBCs, they are just passing through into that. And this type of the WBCs, macrophage cells, T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, and all this governing to the complete immune system. Okay, so these are the condition of the immune system, or is present in the body. Not like the digestive system or nervous system, the system is present, but along with the blood vessels like the arteries and veins, what the lymphatic ducts are also passing, and they are adhered with the arteries and veins. So this is what the lymphatic ducts, so exchange between the cells from the arteries and veins into the lymphatic duct, and what the exchange, it takes place. This is actually immune system is, okay, complete from head to tail. This is immune system along with all the cells, okay, present inside our body. Next is bone marrow. This is a part of the immune system. Okay, what the bone marrow actually? Bone marrow is not found in all the bones. The first very important and interesting point is, it's not meaning that bone marrow, the name bone marrow is given that, so it is present in all the bones, all the 365 what the bones, and all the 206 bones, bones of that children, and what the 206 bones of the adult is not present. The bone marrow is present in the long hollow bones like the femur bone, the largest bone of our body. So this bone marrow, it is present, it is a red and yellow bone marrow, having the capacity to produce some stem cells and capacity to produce these cells, immune cells, these lymphocytes, these cells. Okay, so this is site of the production of the cells, what the bone marrow. Okay, So it's also that very, very important and significance of the bone marrow in the field of the stem cell technology, more correctly the biotechnology. Okay, thymus gland is one of the very, very important endocrine gland. Out of the 9 endocrine glands from head to tail, it is present inside our body. Endocrine tissues are the tissues, they directly pour their secretion inside the blood without any duct. That's why these endocrine tissues are known as ductless glands. Yes, ductless glands. So, thymus gland. The thymus gland is actually what is the location of the thymus gland? I will tell you that, okay? So, this is our portion complete. So, in this portion, this portion of the body, if I will say, this is what the central portion of the body, the manubrium and the glandulus, the portion of the sternum, okay, of the rib cage. So this is complete rib cage of our body. This is rib cage, left and right rib cage. Okay, so this is the central bone, a very powerful bone, a piece of the bone is there. And this portion of the bone is known as the sternum. So what the sternum? The anterior portion of the sternum, okay, just backside to the sternum, tissues are there, and the most important organ, heart is there. Okay, but in the muscular tissue, just above the heart, okay, what the muscular tissue, a very irregular shaped gland is present. That gland is creamish, yellowish in color. That gland is known as the thymus gland. That thymus gland having the specific type of the cells, and these specific of the cells are known as thymocyte cells. Now, in between the thymocyte cells, some specific type of other cells are present. These cells are known as Hazel's corpuscles. These Hazel's corpuscles, they secrete the thymosin hormone. And this thymosin hormone help in the immune system. So this is what the concept. Okay, so the next one is, the point is mucosal associated lymphoid tissue. These lymphoid tissue, as the name is indicating, mucosal associated lymphoid tissue means mucosa, a type of the tissues, they are present in the lining of the organs known as mucosa, present in the lining of the stomach, in the lining of the intestine, etc. Okay, associated lymphoid tissues in lining of the organs of the circulatory system. Lymphoid tissues, the abbreviation is very, very popular, MALT. But this is mucosal associated lymphoid tissue. They are also associated in the governing immune system of your body. Clear? Okay. Next one is, the word is very specific, a very important and very popular word in the field of the, we can say, immunology, or we can say in the field of the diagnosis. Yes, what exactly is the meaning of diagnosis? Means the identification of any disease is known as diagnosis. Simple, as per the medical aspects. So diagnosis, this is actually diagnostic just for the diagnosis of any disease. Some specific diseases like AIDS or some specific, we can say, syndromes, that is ELISA is a technique for the diagnosis is used. The full form is enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. I'm repeating. Enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. This is a complete assay, the technology, and that complete by the sample of that patient, okay, and blood sample, okay. This technology is a complete or furnished by the pathologist, okay. This is the ELISA technique. It is extensively used in the field of the treatment, in the field of the diagnosis, in the medical aspects, okay, clinical aspects. Next, oncology, very, very important branch of the medical science, deals with the study of cancer, is known as oncology. There are two things, just to avoid the confusion, I'm just expressing. Oncology and oncology. There are two different branches. Oncology means study of cell, is known as oncology. Oncology means study of the cancer. Just difference of C and O. The onco and oncology. So be careful for expressing while just going through the explanation of the oncology. Okay, it should be written that oncology, not oncology. So this is what the study of the cancer, simple, is known as the oncology. Oncological aspects, oncogenes, okay, etc. All are included in the branch oncology. Next is malignant tumors. This is what the type of the tumor that spreaded not particularly in a particular part of the body. They are spreading gradually in covering to all the part of the body. They are what cancerous tumors are known as malignant tumor. This is actually the meaning of malignant. Simple. Next one is non-malignant tumor. The non-malignant tumors, they are restricted to a particular part of the body. These tumors are known as cancerous tumors, are known as the non-malignant tumor. For the brain tumor, the brain tumor is a non-malignant tumor. It's not the malignant tumor. The malignant cancer, that's leukemia, blood cancer. This is what the malignant cancer. Okay, anyway, carcinogens. Carcinogens are the agents. Cancer-causing agents are known as carcinogens. The cancer is not actually caused by any particular, we can say, pathogen or any particular organism. Cancer is caused, it can be caused due to any negative effect of any chemical substance or any radiations. Yes. So this is what the carcinogens, these are the carcinogens. The next one is metastasis. It is I can say, the third stage of the cancer, even I can say the last stage of the cancer. Totally cancerous. There is no cure, or this cure is not possible for that. The stage is the last advanced stage of the cancer, is known as the metastatic stage or the metastasis. Next is oncogenes. Oncogenes are the genes, they are totally cancerous genes. Totally healthy genes are converted into the cancerous genes. The cancerous cells, damaged cells, they are having the genes, they are known as oncogenes. Next, chemotherapy. Another type of this is treatment. A sort of the treatment just to trying to overcome from the problem of the cancer, chemotherapy. Okay, whatever may be what are the positive percentage of we can say, the recovery of the patient by the cancer, it's another matter. It's a matter of the doctor. Okay, whatever may be that matter of the medical aspects. But chemotherapy is one of the very, very popular treatment. Okay, by some specific chemicals. These chemicals are actually, this is a very painful treatment. These chemicals are just equivalent to the effect of acid. Once they are poured into the body or in the cancerous part, they causes the side effects, the drastic side effects. The shedding of the hairs, shedding of the eyebrows, shedding of the eyelashes, all these hairs, and the blackness of the skin, patches on the skin, and the continuous rapid loss of the weight of the body, etc., etc., etc. This is what the chemotherapy, the side effect of the chemotherapy. Anyway, beside the chemotherapy, there are radiation therapies there also, but they are not very much successful for the treatment of the cancer. They can just stop the cancer up to a limit or up to passing into the metastatic stage, but I can say this is not a perfect treatment for the cancer. But even that, there is no option for that other, just we are going through the chemotherapy, any person is facing the cancer caused by the cancer. Anyway, interferons. Yes, these interferons are already present in the blood. They are actually specific complex proteins. They are already present in the blood. They fight with the antigens. They are present. And if scarcity of the interferons is there in the blood, then external application of the interferon is possible. So these are the specific proteins are there. Interferons are there. They act like antibodies. Okay. Anyway, drugs and alcohol abuse. Okay. As per the syllabus of the class 12, what does the word drugs and alcohol abuse? This is the genuine problem all over the world. Drug addicts are there, and while the alcohol abuse we are facing everywhere. Okay, what the drugs? Drugs are actually narcotic drugs. These narcotic drugs are like cannabis sativa, opium, peperum somniferum, several other. These two principal the plant, narcotic plants, produce the drugs or extracted. The drugs are extracted. Specific chemical steroids and drugs are extracted from these plants. Okay, so these plants are narcotic plants, and these plants, they produce the depressant and stimulant drugs. What is depressant and stimulant drugs? Causing the dreaming effect once the person is just using these drugs. Once upon afterwards, what happened that the person is using the drugs, now drug is using to the person. Okay, what will happen? The dangerous side effects of the drugs and ultimately cause the death of the person. So this is what drug addiction. Similarly, the alcohol abuse, the most negative effect of the alcohol, as ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol, they are extensively, these two categories of the alcohol are extensively used for the preparation of the alcohol, whiskey and all these wine and etc. So this is what the alcohol. The percentage of the alcohol depends. What the infection and the problems in the body is actually depends on the percentage of the alcohol is present in the whiskey. Okay, so the alcohol, mainly ethyl alcohol, is used for the preparation of that, the spoiling the fruits and using in the fermentation technique, using the bacteria, what the formation of the whiskey is there, okay, and then what that the person, anybody is using that. Similar that the addiction is causing that alcohol syndrome, okay. Even that pregnant ladies she was using that what the alcohol, okay, so it can cause the fetal alcohol syndrome. Yes, it can, the alcohol can pass to the fetus. Yes, in there. So this is dangerous. Yes, it can spoil the life of the two person, or that mother also and the fetus also. Anyway, stimulants and depressant drugs actually. Stimulants means anybody is facing or any person is facing that the stimulating effect, exciting effect, not depressing effect, what the exciting. So this type of the effect of any particular drug or the alcohol is usually, these feelings are just passing after using the alcohol, what that. This is not a stimulating effect. But this stimulating effect is not the stimulating condition or the active condition of the body in a normal health. It's not a meaning that anybody is activated or anybody is active. So that activeness is different from the stimulant effect of any particular alcohol. So that is actually abnormal stimulation and just behaving abnormal behavior. Okay, whatever maybe. Okay, but depressants like the common name is bhang, what that hemp plant, that is cannabis sativa, peperum somniferum, opium, that is causing the depressant effect. They're causing the lot of depressant, causing the dysomnia, means what more than the unlimited or abnormal sleep is known as dysomnia. The antagonistic word of the dysomnia is the insomnia. That is the loss of the sleep is known as insomnia. So there are two words, what that dysomnia, the condition of the mental disorder, that is the causes due to the depressant effect of these drugs. Similar things are drug addiction is no doubt dangerous, and this is rapidly is going in the youngsters all over the world. The thing is that the awareness by the government, awareness, self-awareness is more important than the awareness by the government. Any strict action is another thing, secondary thing, but self-awareness is very important. Once anybody or any person is that drug addict or the alcohol addict, then it's very difficult to overcome from that problem. So this is what the genuine problem all over the world, what the stimulant and depressant effect of these drugs. Withdrawal syndrome. Withdrawal syndrome is very specific, very interesting. This syndrome is actually the condition of the body after extreme drug addiction. What happened? The totally drug addict and now is just totally stop the using that particular drug or the alcohol. And what happened? That the, we can say the memory of the using the previously what that was using that drug and alcohol. So that condition by eagerness of using more and more again and again that the drug or the alcohol is actually the condition of the withdrawal syndrome. Even so, this is again a very, very problematic condition. The next word is, as usual, I explained, diagnosis. Diagnosis is actually clinical word, medical term. Okay, the identification of disease is known as the diagnosis of the disease. There are a lot of difference between the diagnosis and treatment. The diagnosis means just identification through the blood test, through the urine test, stool test, viscera test. These are all the diagnostic treatment, diagnostic conditions or diagnostic processing. These are diagnosis actually, it's not treatment. And after the proper diagnosis, any doctor, okay, start treatment. Writing the test or prescribing that particular medicine for a particular disease. So diagnosis is not treatment. Diagnosis means the identification of the disease, the reason of the disease, that is diagnosing by asking the question or diagnosing through the test. Various type of the test, as I explained that ELISA. As far as concerned about the human health and disease, as I already explained that the specific terms, and all these terms, they are very much related to the as per the syllabus of the class 12th, and even that is very, very important to understand the various aspects of this topic. Come to the next slide. And this slide is illustrating that is types of the diseases. This is generalized, very simple classification of the disease. The classification of disease is that they are broadly classified according to the duration and according to the reasons. Again, according to the duration, that is number one, there are two types of the disease basically classified. Number one is chronic disease, number two is acute disease. Here, according to the reason, classified into the two categories, hereditary diseases, for example, Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Marfan syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Cray-Duchat syndrome, etc. Acquired diseases, again classified into the two categories. Number one is infectious diseases, including, for example, common cold, flu, dengue, etc. Here, non-infectious diseases, including diabetes, heart disease, and disease of the various organs of our body. Okay, so come to the next slide. Here, common diseases in the human, okay, in detail. I'm going through that. Now the next one is, the slide is indicating here, human infectious diseases and their causative agent. Now these are the infectious diseases and their causative. These are the simple diagram and these photographs of the causative agents. Number one is very, very common causative agent causing the dangerous diseases, bacteria. As per the bacteriology, there are various types of the bacteria all over the world existing. Okay, actually what happened, the microorganisms, they develop in fraction of second, they die in fraction of second. Yes, this statement is very I express these words, these are very important. Again, I'm repeating that they develop in fraction of seconds, they die in fraction of second. They develop actually due to the fluctuation in the environmental temperature, the condition of the temperature. The category of the microorganisms that develop at the 10 degrees centigrade, they are different. The category of the microorganisms that develop at the 20 degrees centigrade, they are different. The category of the microorganisms, once they are existing at the 20 degrees centigrade, the category of the microorganisms of the 10 degrees centigrade, they will die immediately. This is actually the fluctuation of the temperature because they can't just tolerate the temperature 20 degrees centigrade. Similarly, 30, 40, 50. Now come to the lower part, -4, 40. Okay, so this is what they develop in fraction of second, not in second. So microbes, microorganisms, they are very specific. They are electron microscopic. You can't see by the naked eyes. So these microorganisms, okay, it's not possible to study all the type of the microorganisms. Even though it's not possible to study all the living beings. Only 33% living beings are totally investigated and discovered and studied. All over the world, their complete details are in the books all over the world, not in the India. So, biology is vast, okay? And every second, every minute, a new organism is originating. Anyway, so come to the point, this is bacteria. Bacteria, they are actually, as per the bacteriology, the classification, they are basically classified into the capsule-shaped bacteria, rounded bacteria. For example, the rounded, beaded bacteria known as cocci, or the coccus bacteria, the capsule-shaped bacteria is illustrating here, that is bacillus bacteria. Rod-shaped, as I explained in my introduction, that is the rickettsia, okay, the bacteria. Spiral bacteria, spirillum, comma-shaped bacteria as the causative agent of the cholera, dangerous disease, the Vibrio cholerae bacteria. Anyway, so these are some bacterial diseases. They are tuberculosis. Yes, this is bacterial disease. Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Next, pneumonia, Diplococcus pneumoniae, streptococcal bacteria, infection, gonorrhea, STD, sexually transmitted disease, okay, scarlet fever, tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis, okay, bubonic plague. These are all the bacterial diseases, not viral diseases. Next point, viruses. They are more and more dangerous than the bacteria. Come to that point, the virus. I will express some specific point about the viruses. The branch of the biology deals with the study of the virus is known as virology. Number 2, virus itself is actually the plural word. The virion is the singular. the actual meaning of the virus is poison. What do you expect from the poison? Nothing. Poison, there is no benefit from the poison. Once the virus is entered or invaded inside the tissues of your body, definitely the virus will cause the negative effect, not positive effect. The second thing is more dangerous than this effect of the virus. The second thing is that the virus, it completes the whole lysogenic cycle, whole lytic cycle, then it remove from that area, otherwise not. This is more dangerous point with comparison to the first point. So the virus, literally the meaning is virion, virus, poison. Virology, study of poison. They are 101% harmful. So virus, the diseases caused by the virus, they're all lethal diseases. Lethal means it causes the death of the patient or the person is infected by the virus. But one thing is very interesting. Common cold, sneezing, coryza, all, they are also caused by the virus. Flu virus, a common flu virus, a common cold virus. So the things that nobody is healthy all over the world, I can say. Okay, this is a controversial point. But why nobody is healthy? Because anybody is having a sort of the viral infection. Even the common cold is there. So this is not the exact the health. What exact the healthy person is that you cannot find the completely 100% healthy person. But there is some percentage they are fluctuating 19-20. The ratio is that okay. A person is healthy is said to be, this already explained that whose immunity power is very, very strong. That person is actually a healthy person. Anyway, the next one is fungi. It's a category of that this specific type of the organisms. Okay, and these organisms they causes. Okay, I'm sorry. That is a virus. Come to the point. Some specific disease caused by the virus. That is AIDS caused by the HIV. That I will explain in detail in the next slide. Okay, influenza. Okay, what influenza word is now very, very familiar. Now we are facing the dangerous pandemic disease COVID-19. That is influenza effect. What the effect on the respiratory system. Okay, dangerous, that I will explain in this lecture. Okay, next, herpes virus. Okay, another type of very dangerous disease, that is simplex and zoster. Okay, hepatitis related to the liver. Okay, but next is common cold. As I told you that poliomyelitis, also known as poliovirus or poliomyelitis, the disease, measles, mumps, rubella virus. Okay, infectious mononucleosis. Okay, all these etc. There are several other viral diseases. Okay, so next one is the fungi. Fungi, they are specific type of the organisms. Okay, these fungi, they can be the I can say the unicellular and multicellular both. Okay, as per the classification of the animal kingdom and plant kingdom. So what that the candidiasis is a type of the fungal disease. Okay, athlete's foot. Okay, Tinea pedis, that is the chalk. Okay, Tinea curis, and the nail fungus, Tinea unguis. Okay, ringworms, very common. The ringworms. That's which part of your body is infected by the ringworms? It is all the skin, the largest organ of your body. This largest organ is externally is present. Okay, so all the fluctuations, all the effect of the microorganisms is tolerated by your skin. So we are very much conscious about our skin. Okay, especially our face. Anyway, we are using extensively. We are using several cream, lotions. Okay, and sometimes what we are overusing the things, and we are just facing the blackness, even that using the creams. So we should know about that, which type of the cream and all these lotions and all these creams are applicable for a particular problem. Okay. Anyway, there are as per that we can say one of my friend the skin specialist. Okay, he explained that there are more than 475 pimples are there on the skin, and there are 475 more than 475 cream and lotions are available for a particular pimple. And we are using without any self-medication. Okay, what they due to any self-medication, we are using just purchasing any cream from the market, medical market, and we're using to a particular pimple. We don't know about the pimple because we are not a skin specialist. This is self-medication is always dangerous. Anyway, so that about the protozoans. Protozoans are actually not virus. They are not bacteria actually. They are a specific category of the unicellular organisms, and they are no doubt they are 95 to 98%. They are aquatic in nature, but 1 or 2% approximately they are parasitic pathogenic organisms. Unicellular parasitic pathogenic. That's a specific classification or taxonomical terms. Unicellular means only one cell. There is no question of the tissues, organs, organ system and body. There's only complete body's concept is simple cell, one cell. That is unicellular. The meaning is prokaryotic, eukaryotic cell. It is a simple, yes, we already studied that, the protozoans. But 1 or 2% protozoans are parasitic pathogenic protozoans. And these parasitic means parasites, always negative relation with the host and parasite relation, causing the disease in the body of the host, and just they are causing the dangerous disease or the parasitism, the relation host and parasite. So these are the parasitic protozoans. So these parasitic pathogenic protozoans means parasitic pathogenic protozoans means they are parasites, no doubt. They are causing the diseases. That's what the name is given, the parasitic pathogenic protozoans. Okay, so what are the diseases caused by the protozoans, parasitic protozoans? These are the amoebiasis, amoebic meningoencephalitis, malaria. Yes, malaria is not caused by the virus or the bacteria. The malaria is caused by a protozoan. The name is Plasmodium. Okay, that I have explained in detail. Trichomoniasis, toxoplasmosis, giardiasis, balanitis, and several other pneumocytosis. These are all the specific some diseases caused by the parasitic pathogenic protozoans. Next, helminths. Very, very ugly, unpleasant roundworms. They are existing all over the world. They are not invisible. They are in inches. You can see the roundworms. Even that you can see this much of the size of the helminths. You can see easily by your naked eyes. Even that these worms, these roundworms of this size, they are present inside your body. In clusters. They are dangerous worms. They are very ugly. They are secreting a slimy substance from the skin. Okay, that is very unpleasant smell, whatever may be, and they are rapidly causing the damage to the tissue of the body. They are causing the dangerous, ugly diseases. Okay, nobody can expect this, whatever may be. The trichuriasis, hookworms, lymphatic filariasis. Filariasis, as per the syllabus of the class 12 that I will explain in detail. Elephantiasis, the disease. You cannot see the patient of the elephantiasis. Once the person is infected by the elephantiasis, you can't see the person even that. How that patient is tolerating that. Okay, you can judge that. Okay, schistosomiasis, all this escheriasis, these are all the diseases caused by the roundworms or the helminths. Helminth actually is not the name of the particular organism. Helminthology is the complete branch of the zoology, biology. Okay, cause is the study of the branch of the biology deals with the study of that, the roundworms, flatworms, and all these platyhelminths, nemathelminths. Okay, this is what helminthology. Helminths, parasites. No doubt they are almost 100% parasites. They are causing the dangerous disease, flatworms and roundworms. Okay, thank you very much.
For latest videos and updates, like, share and subscribe. For instant notifications, press the bell icon.